Doesn't mean that Hillary would have been a good choice either. She was a terrible choice. She's a corrupt politician, one of the most unlikable people that's ever run for office. They were trying to get people to be supporting her just because she's a woman. This is going to be her history. Women, ladies, I stand with her. So there's all these women that have this blind allegiance towards this career politician, completely full of shit. She's been full of shit forever. But meanwhile, just a puppet of banks, and those people make piles of money from speeches, and there's major problems with the Clinton Foundation. It's not even around anymore. It's a dark legion. And meanwhile, she's doing all this Me Too talk. Her husband's a goddamn predator.
Yeah.
He's been a predator forever.
Yeah.
She said that Monica Lewinsky was a grown woman and it wasn't an abuse of power. Get the fuck out
How
of
old
here.
is
Hillary Clinton tried to polish up her legacy big mistake, 'cause Joe Rogan showed up with a sledgehammer, not a sympathy card. From the email scandal to her endless blame tour, Rogan didn't just call her out, he shredded the whole script. No filter, no mercy, and definitely no political spin surviving. This wasn't criticism, it was a verbal demolition job. Savage, sharp, and laugh-out-loud brutal. Hillary came looking for applause. But what she got was Rogan, locked, loaded, and dropping truth bombs like it was open mic night.
And he's actually still kind of good looking. Like, even for an older dude. Yeah, why not? He's still so good looking, and she's just so miserable.
She was publicly humiliated, and she thought that her big retribution would become president.
I'm running for president, and I'm in it to win it.
You know, become president.
Sure.
And then that would be it. All water under the bridge. I'm a strong woman. I'm running this country. And then
Hillary Clinton walks through scandals like it's Fashion Week, heels up, smile glued. And those mysteriously deleted emails falling behind her like party confetti. But then Joe Rogan steps in. No roast, no jokes, just a flamethrower, aimed straight at her political fairy tale. This isn't critique. It's a wrecking ball smashing through decades of stage performances starring the same lead actress who keeps bombing her lines yet still demands a standing ovation.
Infuriated when people that I knew that I was friends with were trying to tell me that Hillary Clinton was a good choice. And that's the same choice. I'm like, look, I don't know if she's murdered people, but I know that I worry that she's murdered people. That's a real, I really wonder. Like this Seth Rich.
I know. First of all, just leave. You don't even need to go there. You know,
there's so many other things.
There's so many other things that we know for a fact.
The Clinton Foundation, for instance.
So,
1. Rogan tears into Hillary's favorite magic trick reinvention. She's rebranded more times than a dying startup that can't even get one user. 1 week. She's the fearless champion of women's rights. The next, she's cashing fat checks from regimes where women's rights don't even make the brochure. She posed as a feminist icon while pulling foreign policy U-turns in the same breath. If hypocrisy had a LinkedIn, Hillary wouldn't just have a profile, she'd be the featured hire, fully endorsed by irony, confusion, and a few dictators on speed.
Yeah, she really did say that.
Yeah, she really did say that after she just got done Gaddafi and then laughed about it.
We came, we saw, he died.
We came, we saw, he died. The fact that any human being would ever do that. By the way he died, that's some dark.
Joe doesn't sugarcoat it. He says Hillary's whole career feels like an endless audition for a role nobody ever wanted to see. America watched the pilot, hated it, canceled the show yet somehow. She keeps storming the Emmys, begging for an award. And the script. Same tired lines, same recycled drama, zero rewrites. At this point, it's not persistence, it's delusion in high heels. Honestly, probably both. Definitely.
He was packing stadiums.
Yeah.
She couldn't even fill a fucking high school gymnasium.
Right. She was pulling all the strings, and she had all the favors that she was pulling in, and she had a shit ton of money behind her, and they were completely arrogant, and all the liberal elite in the media thought there was no chance that she was going to lose. She's 95% shoe-in to win the presidency, and she walked around like she was 95%.
She already thought she won.
And then we get to the legendary email saga, the scandal that just won't die. Mostly because Hillary treated a government server like her own Pinterest board. Rogan rips into it like a stand-up set that writes itself, because, honestly, it does. She swore it was all about convenience, but what she really built was a digital shrine to terrible judgment. Somewhere out there, even a Nigerian prince is jealous of her setup, and through it all, she cast herself as the victim, like the lead in some off-Broadway tragedy called Accountability is Sexist.
If you watch the conversation between James Comey, when James Comey testified about what he did and what they found with the Hillary Clinton emails, and then her version of it, she's just a straight liar.
Yeah.
She deleted 33,000 emails.
How the do you do that? And then
even worse than that, when they rigged the DNC, they rigged the primaries so that Bernie Sanders was going to lose. She had her people into the DNC.
That brings us to the Clinton Foundation, aka the family business disguised as a charity, a political vehicle, and a mystery money vortex all rolled into one. Cash flows in, influence leaks out, and whatever happens in the middle. That's locked tighter than Fort Knox. The tax filings. You'd need a decoder ring, a priest, and probably a stiff drink just to get through them. Rogan doesn't hold back. He calls it exactly what it looks like. Not public service, but public relations with a donation button. And then there's 2016, the billion-dollar faceplant. Hillary had everything. The media, the mega donors, a celebrity marching band, even the confetti waiting to drop. And still lost. Her campaign was like a vending machine, expensive, mechanical, and totally unrelatable. If you could kick it, scream. At it, pour money into a tan, it still wouldn't give you what you wanted. From shady real estate deals to foreign donations to those suspiciously timed Wall Street speeches. Hillary always has the same face, half bewildered, half performing. Watching her explain herself is like a soap opera twist gone wrong, 6 seasons of gaslighting the audience. Only to realize the hero was the villain the whole...
One of my favorite clips is Hillary Clinton when she was running 2012. She was more MAGA than MAGA.
So I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes. And you have to try to learn English. And you have to wait in line.
You have to wait in line. That's so...
That foreign policy train wreck that became a one-word synonym for government failure. But the real story wasn't just the tragedy, was the Olympic-level dodging. Hillary and her team pulled off to avoid accountability. It was like a dodgeball match where she had the bullseye taped to her chest, yet kept insisting she wasn't. Even in the gym. Rogan breaks it down simple. The Hillary strategy: deny, deflect, distract, and then write a book about how unfair it all was. And that book, her post-election memoir, is basically political fan fiction written. It's directed and starring Hillary as both the hero and the misunderstood genius. Every chapter feels like a therapy session she hijacked just to blame James Comey, the media, Russia. And of course, misogyny. Rogan doesn't hold back on her stage presence either. He says watching Hillary speak is like watching a glitching hologram, technically on, but completely unsettling. Her speeches are so painfully over-rehearsed, they'd make a Broadway choreographer roll their eyes. Spontaneity doesn't exist. Relatability, sold off for talking points. She talks to voters like she's reading them a user manual and still manages to make inspiration sound like a fire.
Shot at. It's like, I can't imagine, I was just talking about lack of empathy, I can't imagine being in a situation where I'm on television and I'm saying things that are so removed from the truth.
Right.
Like, I can't wrap my head around that.
Well, Hillary did the same thing.
Well, she's a congenital liar, as she was referred to by the New York Times back in the day.
But, and rightly so, but people forget this. She did talk about a firefight that she was involved in.
I was under sniper fire, and the worst thing about that people didn't give a shit about, she said when she was in Bosnia, she was under sniper fire. It's like, wait a minute, you're throwing the Secret Service under the bus. Because what
zeroes in on one of the funniest and most terrifying parts of Hillary's persona, her total tech illiteracy. And it'd be hilarious if she hadn't once been in charge of national cyber policy. Watching Hillary with technology is like watching your grandma try TikTok Kids buttons. confusion, and endless "where did the email go?" energy. At one point, she literally asked if wiping a server meant using a cloth.